Welcome to Single Serve in Excel. Today we're going to work on calculated fields within pivot tables. This pivot table summarizes total fans by band, the population of the country they originate from, and in the style alternative. Also, this pivot table is in the classic pivot table layout. On how to change a pivot table to the classic layout, click on the link below for the tutorial. And as always, a link to the dataset is available for download so you can work alongside this video. You're not just limited to the summary functions that are in the pivot table. You can create your own calculated fields. Calculated fields are formulas that you create by using existing numerical values in your fields. But before we begin, I want to show you an example of what not to do that I've seen many times as an analyst. Sometimes I've inherited a workbook because either the person is out sick or quit the company. This person added a new column called Fans Percentage of Population. It simply divides the total fans of the band by the population of the country they are from. Since pivot tables are dynamic and grow, depending on your filters, this person dragged the equation down from the beginning of the pivot table down to the pits of hell. They did this because pivot tables expand and they want to make sure their formulas capture any time a filter is changed. This makes the spreadsheet unnecessarily large and slow to load since it has to calculate every equation, even if there's nothing there. If you ever see this, you can be sure of two things. One, this person has no idea what they're doing. And two, this person most probably sets orphanages on fire because they're a terrible human being. Let's fix this disaster of a spreadsheet by using calculated fields. First, let's delete all this nonsense. Right-click on column R and select Delete. Next, click anywhere on the pivot table to open up the pivot table contextual menu. Then click on the Analyze tab, and then click on Fields, Items, and Sets. Then click on Calculated Field. For name, let's call it the original name the person had it as, which was Fans Percent of Pop. For formula, let's recreate the formula that was in the spreadsheet. That was fans divided by population. Click OK. Now, fans percentage of population is a field that you can use in your pivot table. Since these numbers are rather small, let's change the formatting of this field. Let's click on Sum of Fans Percent of Pop in the Values box. Then click on Value Field Settings, Number Format, and let's make this 10 decimal places. Click OK. And click OK again. And now you have a dynamic field that'll grow as your pivot table grows. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, leave a comment in the section below. Also, like and subscribe and click the bell icon for updates on new videos.